No, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not. I got somebody at home. It's been a long night here and a long night there, and these long, long legs are damn near everywhere. Hold up now, you look good. I will not lie, but if you ask where I'm staying tonight, I gotta be like, oh baby, no baby, you got me all wrong, baby. My baby's already got all of my love. So no, no, honey, I'm good. I can have another, but I probably.
Hello and welcome to the Fearless Knitter podcast. My name is Courtney and you can also find me as Stitches Please on Ravelry and Instagram and now Twitter. Today is October 19th and this is episode 85, and for some reason I went 3 weeks without recording instead of 2. I don't know, I just kind of lost track of time. And if you hear background noise, my husband is home. He usually is working but he's not, so just ignore him. Alright, nothing really exciting happened. Well, no, some stuff happened. I went to King's Dominion Halloween Haunt Fest, which was a lot of fun. Um, and then we went to Graves Mountain Apple Festival, which was also a lot of fun, except that Cheyenne got car sick, which she tends to get car sick if we drive an hour. Um, we tried out natural drops we put behind the ears, and on the way there it didn't work. She actually got car sick as soon as we pulled in a parking space, and on the way back she slept most of the time, so I'm not sure if the drops helped or if she just slept the whole way and that's why she was okay. And then this weekend we went to a local farm here. They had a harvest festival, so we went to the pumpkin patch and they have a playground, they have animals. It's a lot of fun. Alright, straight to knitting. I have one finished object. I finished Patch. I need to glue his eyes down, but I don't think I even have fabric glue. I need to see if I have anything. Oh, and my nails are Halloween nails. But it's Patch by Susan Clodino. And I'm horrible with faces. Like, how bad is his eyeball cut right there? Anyway. And he's knit out of Gnome Acres Halloween mini skein set. So, except this is also Gnome Acres, but it's just orange mini skein. And then the green, the stem, his leafy hands and feet is Mr. Frankie. And his body, arms, and legs are Gnomes of the Corn. And he's knit on US1 2.25mm needles. And the black, I just used embroidery floss. I'm really bad with stuffing too. He was supposed to be a lot rounder. And he's, I put rice in his body to make him a little heavier so he could sit, but he's still too top heavy, so he still falls over. But Cheyenne likes him. He lost the arm really fast. I don't know what happened. I finished seaming him and I went to gift him to Cheyenne and I pick him up and his arm was off. I don't even know. Nothing got to him. But he's goofy looking. I like him. Okay. And then before we get to whips, we have a frog. I frogged, I had finished, back up. I had finished a Rose City roller socks. I finished the first sock, and which is by Mara Catherine Briner. It's a free pattern, and I was using Desert Vista Dye Works. Yes, I'm a fan. Phoenix Suns, and I had knit myself an ankle sock. There was no pattern. Just it just froze. I'm not sure if it's freezing when. Anyway, I knitted myself some ankle socks. There was really no pattern. I just did a short cuff, did afterthought heel, and there was no pattern. And I thought I had enough yarn to make the Rose City roller socks for my mom, but I finished the first sock and I weighed the ball and I was short. So I had two options. I was going to gift my mom my ankle socks. We wear like the same shoe size. It's like half a size off. My ankle socks, and just knit the second sock until I ran out, and then used some scraps and finished toe. Or I could frog the first one, still give my mom the ankle socks. So either way, my mom was going to end up with my ankle socks, and knit Cheyenne a pair of socks, and have enough for my Hexapuff blanket that is totally in hibernation, because instead of Hexapuffs, I now want to knit the Miter Square one. So I kind of left it in hibernation until I figured that out. But then I would have enough for that left over too. So I frogged the whole, I undid the, I had it, this is how done the sock was. The toe was Kitchenered and the ends were woven in. So I undid the Kitchener and put it on my ball winder and just cranked away. So a sock that took me forever to knit took me 10 seconds to frog. But that sock is no more. I have this is still really wet because I literally just got it out of the water. But, warning, curse word, but I finished the How Cold Is It mid, the first one. Here's the back. The back blocked out really nice. The front is still a little bunchy, but obviously you can read it really well on camera. So I froze again. I'm not sure if it's doing that when it's going to be done recording, but as recording it keeps freezing for some reason. So yeah, here's a curse word. Sorry. I don't know why I'm bothering covering it up now, but I like how it's like Icelandic, but it has a bad word. I used US 2 2.75mm needle, and Knit Picks palette Sky's the blue and white. It's honestly the white. And the pattern is How Cold Is It by Drunk Girl Designs. And they're for my mom when she comes to visit, because she's going to be freezing. She's coming from Arizona. It's still really bunchy though. I don't know if that's just my tension, but I'm trying to press it all out. Okay, and then I also have another almost finished project. All the knitting is done. It's the Antler cardigan by Tin Can Knits for Cheyenne. I have the same exact sweater in the same yarn for me. And I finished the knitting yesterday watching The Walking Dead. All I have left is seam both underarms and weave in all the ends, which there's a lot of them, and go buy buttons and sew on the buttons. And then before I sew on the buttons, I'm gonna block it. So almost done. And I knit that on US 6 4.0mm needles for the ribbing, and US 8 5.0mm needles for the body. And the yarn is Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool Oatmeal, which I still have a bunch left over. I think I didn't use, on mine, I used about 1.5 skeins, I want to say. A little bit over 1.5 skeins, I think. And instead of using the half skein for hers, I just wanted to use one, so I used 1 skein, but I have left over from that quite a bit, so I might even have like almost, if you put them both together, almost a whole skein left. Because this is how much I have left from hers. I haven't weighted or anything. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all that. And then I went to knit night and was knitting on the Fractal Danger. It's by Martina Bim. And it looks like this. And I'm using a US 4, which is 3.5mm needles. And I'm using yarn that was I won in an Instagram giveaway, which was then called Yarn Loft. My daughter was chewing on the yarn tag. She's now called Yarn Ink. And the colorway is Neapolitan. It's merino, nylon, 75% superwash merino, and 25% nylon. This is how far I've gotten. And I don't know, I noticed this last night, last time I went to midnight. You can see there's something weird going on right there. I'm kind of ignoring it because it's by the edge, and I'm thinking it's going to be around my neck. You're not going to be able to see that, but I don't even know what that is. I have no clue what I did. I mean, you have to do certain things so you know your stitch count. Like my stitch count would be off if I didn't do a KFB maybe at the next one, and it wasn't. So I have no idea what that is. Usually I can read my knitting very well, and I can tell what's going on. I have no clue. You can see it right there. I was considering ripping back, but it's gonna be around my neck. Just every time I look at it, I'm trying to figure out what I did. If I knew what I did, I would feel a little bit better. So, I don't know. So that's it for my knitting, but I have a little bit of an enable. Not a whole lot. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot to show an FO. It's blocking. And I don't know if I talked about it last week. I have to see. Did I show you guys that I crocheted a poncho? I think so. It's blocking. And I haven't done the French. So I'll show it once the French is on. For Cheyenne. So when I was at midnight, I was just standing around getting ready to leave, and I saw these. And I've been wanting these, but for some reason, I don't impulse online shop like ever. I have enough time to think, oh, I shouldn't buy that. But when I see it in person, and I've been wanting it since it came out, and I hate blocking, I thought they were a good purchase, and I've used them twice already. And I bought them last Friday. So that's good. I hate blocking because it takes forever and it hurts my back sitting on the floor, pinning everything out, and I'm a little OCD. I don't like when you put T-pins in a straight line, how it kind of does little waves where the needles push. I don't like that. And these are supposed to prevent that. So what you get is 12 blockers with 8 pins and 8 blockers with 4 pins. So, and you get instructions that are in there. And then, so you get, how many did I say? You get 12 of these, and they're very sharp. And 8 of these. And I used them to block, oh, and they're called knit blockers by Knitter's Pride. I used them to block my castle pullover. Finally, it's wearable. Oh, I just folded it, now it has a crease in the middle. But I used them to fold the sleeves, and as you can tell, look at that straight edge. I used one big one and one small one, and it has no waves. Same on that one, and then the bottom. Bottom looks a little funky right now. I think I'm gonna make it. Okay, so the way it has a little bit of a wave, and I think it's because I didn't use enough of the pins. It tells you an instruction to use one every 3 inches or so, and maybe I should have had them touching when OCD on it. But I don't have the little waves. Like, you won't notice that. So I can wear my castle pullover now. It's so soft. I still have one pullover, my Miranda pullover left to block. So I think you get enough to block a decent sized sweater. Like on this one, I used about 5 of the 8-pin ones and 2 of the 4-pin ones. And now I'm blocking Cheyenne's poncho, and that is using 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8-pin. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 8-pin ones. And so one pullover, that's I think all I have left to block. Yay. Gonna finish eventually. Alright, that's all I have this week. Hopefully I see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
No, no, honey, I'm good. I could have another, but I probably should not.